Hudson Yards is a piece of land that never existed before.
The dream of every real estate developer is to do something that's transformative and has a major impact. It's going to be one of the really great cultural venues in the world.
Hudson Yards is like the new heart in the very old city.
We imagine this urban plaza as the living room of the West Side.
There's going to be outdoor seating in this area.
It's a playground for humans.
I cannot even believe what I'm looking at.
I think I've just gone to doggy heaven.
We see now within this very same neighborhood, not just that microcosm of New York City, but truly a great cultural, commercial, and community center for the world.
Welcome to this special on-location edition of Good Day New York. I'm Rosanna Scotto.
And I'm Lori Stokes. Of course, the New York skyline is constantly changing. And in 1 month, the area where we are right now on the west side, an area known as Hudson Yards, will officially open.
So Lori, it's been years in the making, a modern marvel. In fact, it's the brainchild of billionaire Stephen Ross. In fact, I recently sat down with him for this exclusive interview. So here we are, 2 years later, and your vision is almost complete. How do you feel?
Well, you know, it's the last mile, you know, or I'd like to say, whatever the last time frame. You know, you look at it, you say, how are we going to get there? You set a date, and it seems it happens. At least in the past it has. Let's just hope it continues. Construction is a long process. And, you know, to me, it's more the day-to-day. I mean, sure, you're waiting, you're anxious, but you have to have patience.
So give us an overview on what is ready this year.
Next, we'll be opening on March 15th of the retail and the whole plaza, which will include the Vessel, the first condo building that has rentals in it as well. That is already going to be open. People will be moving in the next 30 days, and throughout the year, we'll finish the top of the building. And then there's another building, 55, and that building is already being occupied. And then the mixed-use building with the Equinox Hotel, Equinox Club, and condos, that'll open up towards the end of the year.
So anywhere else, this area, anywhere in the country, this would be a major city.
Well, that's what's so great about New York. But yes, as a place, it would probably be the 5th largest central business district in the country.
Wow.
Which is, you know, says a lot.
Now that we're halfway through the project, is there anything that has exceeded your expectations?
First, you got to open it up to know if it's going to exceed your expectations.
It's close.
I mean, well, you know, you always still worry that here it is a new part of the city, and are people really going to come? The retailers are expecting a lot of sales here. It's people and how it generates visits. So, and it's new. So it's taking from somewhere else, you know. So yeah, I think about that all the time. So, but I think we'll make it.
So the last time we were here 2 years ago, I mean, that building was like less than half the size.
Right, sure.
The Vessel wasn't here.
Hey, it's been 2 years. You know, something happens.
Sure.
I just don't know how we go from here 55 days and it's all done.
I'm a little nervous. I would be sleepless too.
So am I. Okay, so
You've
you
heard
asked me.
Sleepless in Seattle. This is sleepless in Hudson Yards.
They tell me it's going to happen, so don't worry.
So meanwhile, also, one of the things that we did the last time we were here 2 years ago, they were actually putting the windows in. And you said it's one window at a time. It looks like all the windows are in.
Everything's done. That part is done. All the facades are done. Don't ask me how many windows we have in there. There's a lot of them. A lot of glass. The shed here, which is going to be a tremendous, iconic building here, when that building closes and it folds into the other building and the events there, I mean, it's going to be one of the really great cultural venues in the world.
So will you have concerts and theater there?
Yes.
Wow. Have you walked the Vessel yet?
No. I'm waiting for the first 100 people. I'll be the first. I can't tell you, you'll be one of the first 100.
That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. So you didn't put your initials anywhere, like in the concrete somewhere, a little SR anywhere?
You'll see, stay tuned.
Rosanna, I'm on the other side of the vessel from where you are. I am with Thomas Woltz, who is the creator and the man behind the public square and gardens. And can I say, at this moment, I'm really trying to envision it as we're surrounded by concrete and hard hats and all this. But tell us why it's so important to be able to have this as a part of a concept here at Hudson Yards.
I think the public space of Hudson Yards is really the counterpoint to all of the architecture. So it functions as an ensemble. You have the buildings that frame the perimeter of Hudson Yards, and then this large open plaza and a series of different gardens that become the public gathering space at the heart of Hudson Yards.
What inspired it?
I think a lot of urban plazas in Europe, you know, we're over 28 working rail lines as we stand here on a platform. So it's not going to be rolling hills and lawns and typical parkland. It's going to be an urban plaza. But it also has to accommodate the thousands and thousands of people who are working here. There are 225 trees, 32,000 perennials and ground covers and flowers, 50,000 bulbs. It's going to be lush gardens.
This isn't just plain landscaping, right? As people think. Explain what goes on here.
Okay, well, we're over active rail yards, right? So we're building what needs to read as a plaza and landscape. And that means that the structural sandwich, if you will, which is on average about 7 feet thick, over the trains, has to accommodate stormwater, sewage, high voltage electricity, drinking water, soil for all of the plants. So the trees that you're seeing here are in intercommunicating tanks of soil, and the roots actually can go under the walls and out into these beds so that they can reach their full maturity.
So it's not like you just dug a hole and stuck it.
It is not like we dug a hole. So imagine coordinating all of these different needs that the city has, because nothing can puncture through to the rails below, right? So we can't drain rainwater, stormwater. We can't put sewage lines down there. Everything has to move horizontally through the site, and that has to be coordinated in ways that don't interrupt the tree plantings and the paving of the plaza.
It's a lot of mathematics involved here.
A lot of mathematics involved.
Coming up, spas, gyms, and pools.
You could just swim up right into the sunset.
The amenities at Hudson Yards that even include a dog city.
Oh, wow. What do we have here? Arf salutes?
And later, I'll check out the restaurant scene. My favorite spot, right here.
From restaurants to retail. The shopping experience you don't want to miss when this special edition of Good Day at Hudson Yards comes right back.
Welcome back to this special edition of Good Day at Hudson Yards. Listen, this is a fabulous neighborhood, and you can find anything you could possibly imagine, and if you have deep pockets, you're not going to be disappointed.
Yeah, if you got a few to throw around, this is the place for you. It has everything here, from spas to pools to even a doggy city. We asked Jen and Suki to check out the amenities.
Let's face it, we could all use a lifeline when it comes to the hustle and bustle in the city. But here at Hudson Yards, take a look. Sky's the limit. All right, I'm with the one and only David Rockwell. So nice to have you here.
Nice to be here.
All right, so I gotta ask you the first question. Of all the places in Manhattan, why right here, right now, in this beautiful spot?
If you're living in New York, I think one of the things we're constrained by are incredible spaces. And 15 Hudson Yards is a building that we worked on with Diller, Scafidi, and Renfro over many years. And as you move through the building, I think what you find are pockets of sort of extraordinary space that puts you at the center of this view.
I mean, this is incredible, the reflection from the east side to the west side. Talk about some You could just swim up right into the sunset.
You could.
Was that intentional?
It was totally intentional. It's the horizon line. The glass goes right down to the floor. So you've got the reflective Bizaza tile in the pool. You've got this very matte surface that feels like the ground that continues right out to the horizon. You got some aggressive palm trees here.
and you got an incredible pool party. I mean, this is what that's going to be.
Can you imagine?
You bring the champagne.
The amenities are broken into big spaces like the pool and much, much smaller spaces. One of the things I love is there's places just to perch and look at the view.
Yeah.
And these spaces are just on the outside of
this beautiful door. What's behind this door? Look at this. This is incredible. Talk about a Zen experience. You've thought about everything. Should we book a massage?
Let's do it.
We're gonna go into the fitness center and talk about high tech, big views, big payoff. I cannot even believe what I'm looking at when you look at the views that you have set up for us. Was this an intentional motivational space that you wanted for New Yorkers?
It was a combination of lots of good luck that we got to work on this building in this location. But yes, we wanted to put this space in the prow of the building.
Is this your favorite view?
This is my favorite view, yeah.
When this is done as a New Yorker, where does this list in your file of projects that you have completed?
I'll let you know in a couple weeks.
Spoken like a true New Yorker, spoken like a true New Yorker.
So Suki, now that we know how the residents will be living at Hudson Yards, what about their pets? Joining me now is Leia. Tell us about Dog City.
Dog City is a service that we've created exclusively for related residents.
Okay.
If you live in the Hudson Yards area, we will take care of your dog. It's a full service concierge service for dogs where we'll walk your dog, we'll socialize your dog, we'll groom your dogs, we'll provide veterinary service to your dogs. Essentially, it's tough being a dog in New York City. You live in a high-rise. Right. You don't know where your territory ends. You don't know where it begins, right? So we teach the dogs how to become good dogs in the city.
So if you really want to get the whole VIP experience, you can go for the inn at Dog City, which is very special.
It's basically a hotel. It's a 5-star hotel for dogs. It's never been done. The dogs will receive their own suite. In fact, we allow the dog to choose their suite. If they wanted a spa day, we can do that as well. We can provide a spa session, manicures, pedicures.
Oh, wow. What do we have here? Arf Salute? Living the high life. What do you think? And here at Dog City, I think I've just gone to doggy heaven. Hi! Hi! Oh my goodness!
Still ahead. How Hudson Yards is shaping the future of shopping.
Plus my mouth-watering tour of some of the restaurants that will soon call Hudson Yards home. Who doesn't like to shop? And Hudson Yards promises to deliver as being the premier destination when it comes to shopping.
All right, so we sent our resident fashionista, Crystal Young, to check it out, but we took her credit cards away.
One-stop shopping is the best way to describe the retail experience at Hudson Yards, with approximately 100 luxury and specialty stores occupying 1 million square feet of space.
I'm here with Esty Ottensasser. I cannot believe that all of this will be open in just weeks. Tell us about the shopping experience.
From high to low fashion, high touch to high tech, we have the best brands in every category, Cartier to Zara and H&M.
Are you thinking that tourists and New Yorkers are both going to love this experience?
Absolutely.
Now, you know what? We hear the beeping, but that's because
we have a month to go there, working day in and day out.
3 3 of the floors will be part of New York City's first and only Neiman Marcus. So, of course, I needed details.
So this Neiman's is huge.
Yeah, it's the largest store in Hudson Yards. 3 floors, 188,000 square feet, 3 restaurants.
Wow.
Yeah, full service.
It will also offer personal shoppers and a wide variety of beauty services. Also Dallas-based, luxury retailer 4510 will take up 16,000 square feet of space with a large portion of it dedicated to just vintage clothing. Then there's the entire second floor, which is being called the Floor of Discovery.
We injected this idea of discovery with these brands that traditionally live behind the screen, but they're just beginning to roll out retail. Mack Weldon, their first store ever. Dirty Lemon is a healthy drinks company that the way that you purchase the drinks is all done through text messaging.
New to Manhattan, Hudson Yards will also include the exhibition space called Snark Park.
Snark Park is an immersive museum-like play space that's dedicated to design and art for your friends, for your kids, for your family, with a retail component in collaboration with Kith Treats.
At Snark Park, the slogan is "Please do touch the art."
You know, I think parents are going to love that. I think a cool thing is that you can buy all your gear here and then just take to the vessel. You see light, you're sort of indoor, outdoor. I think that makes it really unique.
I think that's also the really exciting part about being a part of this neighborhood, and it adds to the vibrancy of what's happening.
With so much competition from online retailers, Hudson Yards promises to be an unparalleled shopping experience. Unique New York.
Now that we shopped till we dropped, I'm hungry.
Listen, Ro, there are so many food options here, from sushi to steak to tapas. You won't be disappointed.
Restaurateurs and chefs are going to have to figure out new ways to serve increasingly sophisticated clientele and offer something that's more experiential than what we've ever done before.
The restaurant collection at Hudson Yards includes a variety of 25 different dining and casual eating options from a number of celebrity chefs, including David Chang, Michael Lamonaco, and Jose Andres.
This is a perfect meeting point between retail, restaurants, chefs, beautiful buildings, architects, all kind of tell a story, that the stories kind of connect one to each other.
Hudson Yards will be the new home of Jose's most ambitious creation, Mercado, or Little Spain. I'm with Ken Himmel, the managing partner here for restaurants and retail. What is Mercado, and what is Jose Andres' involvement in all of this?
Mercado it's a Spanish market, and I think his lifelong professional passion has been to do this kind of a market in food hall, because when you go to Barcelona or Madrid or Bilbao, you know, you get these wonderful urban markets in the center of town.
In my place, I'm going to be bringing my story. I don't open restaurants, I tell stories. Happens I tell stories through my food, through my menus, one plate at a time.
New York native Michael Lamonaco has cooked at some of the city's most popular venues. Can I say thank you for allowing us to see first your new restaurant here, Hudson Yards Grill.
Well, I think we're really launching not only a new neighborhood in New York, but we're launching a new era in New York. The idea of these incredible buildings all going up in one area. I think the architecture and the energy of Hudson Yards is really invigorating to New York in the 21st century.
There's no doubt the eating experience at Hudson Yards will be diverse, indulgent, and delicious.
To be able to celebrate food with friends, family, loved ones is a very special moment.
Next, the future of Hudson Yards.
More of my exclusive interview with developer Stephen Ross. See what he has planned next.
Believe it or not, this is just phase 1 of Hudson Yards. There's so much more to come, with the final project being completed by 2025.
In fact, Lori, right behind us, this will be completely different by then. Here are the final thoughts from the developer, Stephen Ross. I know you're going to breathe a sigh of relief when everything opens on March 15th, but you're not done. Sorry to rub it in. What's next?
Well, and the next phase is, is covering the platform over the western rail yards, and we hope to start that next year. And there's probably another 6.5 million square feet on the western rail yards, all with a different architect.
And to think that you started this whole project with it looking like that, the rail yards over there.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? But I mean, that's what the next phase will be, and you can see how that will be transformed, much like this is. You'll never know they're there. There'll be a little bit more residential, whereas this is more commercial on the eastern yards. And then we have land to the north of us that we would build another office building and residential building.
Wow.
So Hudson Yards, I mean, this whole area, you can see it filling in, is really being the location of choice, or becoming the location of choice in the city.
One thing you're missing though, you forgot, a beach.
The water, you can see it from the...
And that's a wrap. I'm Rosanna Scotto.
And I'm Lori Stokes. Thanks for watching this special edition of Good Day at Hudson Yards.